Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're out at the range to talk about the Delta 5 Pro from Daniel Defense. It's a bolt-action rifle. When I first learned about it, I was rather surprised that Daniel's Defense was going in that direction, but I had a chance to play with the rifle last year at an event called the Epic Shoot. It is the rifle you see before you now, and we're going to talk more about it in today's video. But before we get started, guys, if you enjoy the content here on the channel, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel because it really helps us out with the algorithms, as do the comments down below. We love reading those comments, so if you take a moment to make a post down below, it helps us out tremendously. And with all that being said, let's get started with today's video. Guys, please swing by and check out Big Daddy Unlimited, BDU. They help support us here at the Military Arms channel with products and things like that so we can continue to bring you content. There's a link in the video description down below that'll take you to the Mac blog and website. Please follow that link, and from there you'll find a link to Big Daddy Unlimited and try them out just for 99 cents. You can see what they're all about. In essence, they're just like a big online store that has amazing prices. So please, again, check out BDU. As quickly as we can, let's go over the features of the Delta 5 Pro. We'll start off back here on the buttstock. The buttstock is fully adjustable. The butt plate can be slid up and down, so you can get it right in the pocket of your shoulder when you get on the rifle. You have these locking screws that lock everything down, and they're knurled, so they're intended to be just thumb tight to adjust the length of pull. Loosen these two screws, turn this dial. When you get it all locked in, tighten the screws back down. The top screw up here allows for you to adjust the height of the cheek riser. Moving forward, you'll see that the chassis is separated from the stock by this block right here. On the other side of the chassis, there are two screws, one facing this way and one facing into the buttstock, that's holding this spacer in place. To keep that cost under $2,500, they did not include the hinge mechanism, but if you would like to add the hinge later, you can easily install it yourself after ordering it. Moving forward, we have the AR-15 pistol grip down here, which is compatible with other aftermarket AR-15 pistol grips. Just above that, this is a thumb rest, which is adjustable. You can move it forward and back, and you can put it on the other side of the rifle if you're a left-handed shooter, but that's intended for the current popular practice of resting your thumb along the side of the receiver versus gripping the pistol grip. Going forward from that, we have a two-position safety. Back is safe, forward is fire. We have the bolt handle here just in front of the safety. It's a 60-degree throw bolt. This is also a removable bolt handle, so you can swap that out if you'd like to. Coming down from there, we have a single-stage Timony trigger that is adjustable. Just forward of that is our mag release. You push down on it. It's present on both sides of the trigger guard. This is the AICS magazine that goes with the rifle. You can get them in different capacities. It comes with a 10-round magazine, PMag from Magpul, when you get the rifle. The bolt itself, there's a button on the left-hand side of the receiver. Push the button, pull the bolt to the rear. You can remove the bolt from the receiver. It has a 3-lug bolt, and it's a floating bolt head design. On top of the receiver, we have a pick rail, which is bolted on. Again, this one has 20 MOA built into it. Stainless steel receiver from Daniel Defense. The chassis coming forward, you see where the hand guard meets up with the receiver here. It's held in place by 4 screws, 2 on the other side. And in front of the magazine well, there's a barricade rest, so you can push into a barricade, not into the magazine of the rifle. It's rather interesting, the number of QD points on the gun. There's 10 in total, so we have 2 here, and wherever I'm pointing to a QD point, there's a sister to it just on the other side of the receiver. So we have 2 here, 2 here. Coming back, we have 2 more here, 2 more here, and 2 more here. And when I'm saying 2 more, again, I'm talking about 1 on both sides of the receiver. So it has QD points all over it. The M-LOK rail system on the bottom have the ARCA rail that runs the full length of the handguard. Out on the end there, I just have a simple Harris bipod. You'll also notice that the handguard is scalloped out so that a large bell scope can get as low as possible to the center of bore And that's actually a nice touch, but you can still mount accessories out here that would work in conjunction with your scope if you wanted to, night vision or something like that. This one has a 24-inch cold hammer forged barrel. Daniel Defense is manufacturing the barrels themselves, and what's interesting about the barrel is that the contour, the actual bore itself, which is a 1 1/8 twist, and the chamber are all hammer forged. So it's a one-piece barrel that was at no point any part of this cut by a tool. Again, it was all hammer forged. And so that's how they can ensure concentricity of the chamber, barrel, and all that good stuff for the maximum accuracy potential, which in the 6.5 Creedmoor they claim is capable of half MOA, roughly 1/2 inch at 100 yards, is guaranteed with any quality factory ammunition. Out on the end, both the 6.5 Creedmoor and the 30 cal have the same 5/8 by 24 threading. This one I have a Griffin Armament Explorer can on here with a taper mount. It does come with a Area 419 Hellfire muzzle brake. That's what it ships with, which is a very nice muzzle brake, but I've removed it and set the gun up for suppression, and it runs great as a suppressor host. Bolt actions are so quiet when you're using a restrictive can like the Explorer. All right, so that's what you get basically for $2,500, is a complete rifle system that all you have to do is scope it, sight it in, and take it to the range, and you have a competition ready rifle. All right, guys, let's take 4 shots at the challenge target that's down there at 200 yards. This is a rifle dueling tree. Still using the Federal 130 grain match. The whole purpose of a rifle like this is accuracy. So what is the accuracy potential of the Delta 5 Pro? I've been shooting this thing again since December of last year, and we've put a good amount of ammunition through it over that time period. Now today we have 30+ mile-an-hour winds ripping our range apart right now coming out of the north, so holding up cardboard targets for groups today isn't going to be something that we're going to be able to do. It's just going to blow the target right over. But here's an example of last time we came out and did some shooting, and the Delta 5 was part of that shooting outing. And there's a couple of different groups here. We have a SCAR down here. We have the Delta 5 Pro here, here, and here. And then the groups up here, this is just a zeroing target. Then the 2 groups here are from the Delta 5, or not the Delta 5, but the DD5 V3, which is an AR-10 and 308. So as you can see, that AR-10 is pretty darn accurate, but that's for another video. So if we take a look at the groups here, for example, these are using, this is a Hornady 140 grain 3-shot group. This is a Federal 3-shot group, and this is another Federal 140 3-shot group. And all of these are just well under a ½ inch at 100 yards. So is the rifle capable of extreme accuracy? Yeah. I mean, based upon what I've seen on the market, looking at other rifles and the ammunition that's available out there, Federal, who supplies ammunition to the channel for free, we'd like to thank them for doing that. They're one of the best companies out there. I've used them since the very beginning. I remember shooting Federal ammunition as a kid, and so it's a real honor to be working with Federal, and we're glad to have them supplying the ammunition to the channel here so we can bring you the content that you guys get. But yeah, I think with factory match ammunition where it's at right now, the best you're really going to see out of a production class factory rifle with factory ammunition, a ½ MOA, is pretty darn good. The only way you're going to get any better than that, I'm sure the rifle's capable of it, is that if you're a hand loader and you roll your own, you can work up a load that could get this thing consistently 1/4 inch. One of the things I didn't mention previously was the fact that this cold hammer forged barrel is in user removable. That means if you shoot the barrel out, you will be able to replace that barrel yourself without having to send it off to a gunsmith to have them do it for you. So that's a big bonus to a rifle like this. and I thought that was a really cool and important feature, and I'm sorry I left that out earlier. So with all that being said, the gun is as accurate as I've seen any factory rifle. I've seen accuracy internationals all the way down to my Bergara, which is an $899 rifle. And if you have, you know, the best manufacturing processes and the most accurate barrels and everything's true in the action stuff, a half MOA with factory ammunition is as good as I've ever seen out of a rifle, and this thing certainly delivers the goods. I've never seen it shoot over an inch. And if it shoots anything larger than a half inch, it's typically the loose nut behind the butt plate, not the gun causing it. So yeah, with that being said, I'm very impressed with the accuracy of the rifle. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video about the Delta 5 Pro. It's a very interesting entry into the marketplace. Again, I was rather surprised to see Daniel Defense introduce this rifle. I always think of them as an AR-10, AR-15 type company. But it's really interesting how they approached it. And I think the end result is something that's very, very marketable. And I think that they'll probably do fairly well with. At $2,500, it's all set up for somebody that wants to get into something like PRS right out of the box. I think it's a really, really nice rifle. Now, can you get a rifle that shoots as good as this one, which is right around a half a minute with factory ammunition for less money? Yeah, my Bergara B14 Wilderness gives me similar accuracy performance, but it's not a chassis rifle. When you get into chassis guns, typically that price starts to go up just a little bit, but you get a lot more functionality out of a gun like this with its chassis system, especially if you're a competitive shooter. Well, guys, that's it for today. If you have any questions about the rifle itself, I try to answer those questions down below, so please make a comment. Again, that helps us with the algorithms. And if you'd like to support us here at the Military Arms channel so we can continue to bring you content like this, please consider becoming part of our Patreon family. There's a link in the video description below. I answer all private communications over on Patreon, plus you get access to that community of our Patreon supporters that interacts with each other quite a bit. Again, there's a link down below. Also, right here on YouTube, guys, there's a little join button underneath the video player you're watching right now. Click that button and consider supporting us here on YouTube. And last but not least, guys, please swing by and check out coppercustom.com. Thank you for 13 years of support, and we'll talk to you guys soon.